Talk about some high points with Maddox and Price right now.
Well, Scott Price to me is probably the best hitter in the SEC, and that I'll say that bar none. He's the top returning average hitter that's returned into the SEC. I don't think he's getting enough credit from the national media, and that's probably because he's on a lower tier team in the past in the SEC. But I see him every single day, and I know what umpires told me last year when we played in the SEC, that all the guy does is square up a baseball every time. We expect the same throughout the year. We're going to put him in a different spot. We're going to put him in the leadoff spot this year, kind of get out of the gate with a bang, so to speak, and it's been an exciting spot to see him in. He starts a lot of games off with doubles off the wall or doubles in the gap, which will be exciting for us. Will, I'll say this about Will. Will's probably the hardest nosed player in the SEC. All you got to do is come out and watch a game or a practice. He's going to be the dirtiest guy on the field. He's going to be a guy that you recognize because he's given everything he has on each and every pitch. It's not going to always be perfect, but you're so proud of him just because of how hard he plays the game each and every day. And he's going to give you, as our saying is, he's going to give you his all every day here at Tennessee.
And how about Simcox?
AJ continues to rise in our eyes as coaches. He's gotten much more consistent defensively, which first and foremost is the most important at his position. He knows that from this coaching staff. That will be the difference maker in us winning and losing a lot of games with him playing the premier spot of shortstop. In so many words, I told him I don't care what your average is. I do, but I don't want him to worry about average. He's going to be a good enough hitter for us, and he's going to function in our lineup. But it's about the defense and the leadership he brings defensively. AJ is going to play in the big leagues. In fact, I feel we have a few guys in our program now that are going to play in the big leagues one day. And that's what's so exciting about me is we've surrounded ourselves not only with great kids, but with some pretty darn good baseball players. And I take a little offense to, I get the national media outlets that have their rankings, and I completely understand why we're not ranked to some extent. But I guess it's just our duty to prove them wrong.
Stewart?
Another guy that's scary at the plate, and again, I say that because I'm calling pitching against these guys that squares balls up, is a tough out, just has a hitter's mentality. We've moved him to left field. He has really come on defensively in left field, has made some great plays out there, had a great summer out there. The proof is going to be in the pudding on those four guys we just talked about. Those are four key guys to our lineup. You had a Vincent Jackson in there. I'll tell you, a young man that has not disappointed us, and I'm so glad we were able to get him late when he changed his mind from Georgia, is Nick Senzel. He's going to be a beast in this program. I mean, he is. He's an athletic. He's like an outside linebacker that can play second and third base. He can run. He can hit for power. He's got gap power. Going to be a middle-of-the-cog guy in our lineup. Nathaniel Maggio, big left-handed hitting power guy out of Georgia, is going to be at first base some. So our lineup is, when you see us, our lineup is pretty well stacked, and it's a tough lineup to get through. David Hauser has really returned a different individual, probably has made, besides Drake Owenby, probably has made the biggest transformation. Drake Owenby, his body has completely changed. And I just think David Hauser has grown up. He's grown up. We're only having him hit right-handed now. He's become much more offensive that way, more power, and has done a good job in the workouts of receiving and throwing guys out, which is important.